Hello and welcome back to Critter Corner. Last episode, we explored the world through the eyes of our critters, and today we are going to learn a little bit about their habitats. What is a habitat? Well, it's a word that describes where a creature lives and all the things a critter might encounter in their day-to-day lives while living there. That is their habitat. Your habitat is wherever you live and the things that influence your day-to-day life. Your habitat might be a house, an apartment, and it might include your family, your neighbors, your annoying siblings, the thermostat that your dad won't let anybody touch. But for our critters, each one needs a different habitat. Because all of our critters grew up in different habitats and different parts of the world, each of our critters has a different set of needs and specialized abilities. And they evolved those specialized abilities to help them cope with specific environmental challenges that they experience in their natural habitat. And that's where you come in. Today, we will be taking a look at how each critter's environment helps shape their behaviors and their lives. So let's get started. Let's dive in with our smallest critter, Hannah the hamster. First, a little history lesson. Hamster's original geographic range was isolated to arid regions of northern Syria and southern Turkey. Arid describes an environment that receives less than 10 inches of rainfall per year, kind of like LA, where we are. There's not a lot of water, and that lack of water takes its toll on the plants and animals of the region. These long periods of dry weather make it hard for plants and animals to survive. So, when pushed to the brink, nature adapts. And it's no surprise that the hamster has now adapted to live in all kinds of different parts of the world, like Greece, Romania, Belgium, and northern China. Now, in the wild, hamsters prefer to live in warm and dry areas. But warm and dry areas can be extremely different depending on the region of the world the hamster resides in. An arid environment could look like steppes, a large area of flat, unforested grassland, or sand dunes, as well as the edges of deserts. These might seem like harsh places to live, but for the hamster, it's home. Now you might be thinking, what could possibly be there for that floofy, cute little hamster to eat in those harsh, arid landscapes? Well, when the rain does come, that arid landscape springs into life, and the hamster does as its name implies. See, hamster is a borrowed word from German, like Wiener Schnitzel, Schadenfreude, or Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. In German, hamster means something that likes to hoard. And to hoard means to collect a large amount of any item, and in this case, it's food. Hamsters hoard seeds, grains, nuts, cracked corn, and sometimes fruits and vegetables in their cheek pouches. And then store all those goodies they collect in their underground burrows. Wild hamsters have been known to eat insects, frogs, lizards, and other small animals. Now that we know what types of foods they have in their natural habitats, let's look at where hamsters actually live. As we mentioned before, hamsters live in underground burrows. Hamsters love to burrow. In the wild, they dig intricate series of tunnels that not only keep them safe from predators, but also it's where they store their food, beat the heat, and raise their babies. Domesticated hamsters, like their wild cousins, love to burrow too. And when changing out bedding, it's not uncommon to find little pockets where your hamster has burrowed and maybe even hoarded some food. Don't worry though, they don't mind making new tunnels and pockets. Now, I'm gonna burrow out of here and take a look at another critter, Ralphie the Rabbit. Ralphie may seem shy, but make no mistake, rabbits have made the entire world their home. They live and thrive in a wide range of environments, like the woods, forests, meadows, grasslands, deserts, tundra, and even wetlands. Unlike their cousin, the domesticated rabbit, wild rabbits don't need a regulated environment to prevent heat exhaustion, so they're able to make their home wherever their feet can take them. Wherever they may live, rabbits reside in large social groups called a colony. They burrow into the earth and build intricate tunnel systems, each equipped with multiple entrances and exits, making a hasty retreat an easy choice in a moment of danger. In most colonies, nesting families build burrows next to one another, and these groupings of burrows are called a warren. It's like a rabbit neighborhood, where each family gets their own burrow, but checks in and helps with the other families. And their burrows are primarily used for nesting and sleeping. And living in this large social group is a way to ensure their young stay safe, and that there is always an extra pair of eyes on the lookout. If danger is sensed, rabbits will thump the ground with their hind legs to communicate that danger is lurking. Kind of like humans do when We Will Rock You plays in a football game. Rabbits are plant eaters or herbivores. They're straight up vegetarians. Their diets include grasses, clover, and some cruciferous plants such as broccoli and Brussels sprouts. And they're opportunistic feeders and also eat fruits, seeds, roots, buds, and tree bark. Now for domesticated rabbits, the majority of their diet will consist of alfalfa or Timothy hay. Alfalfa is a nutrient-rich hay that they start eating at around 7 months old. The kits and kittens, and yes, baby rabbits are called kits and kittens, are born hairless and with their eyes closed, so their burrow is the safest place for them to start their lives. But once old enough to leave the burrow, rabbits are well equipped to navigate the world with their exceptional hearing, their huge range of sight, and incredible speed to outrun even the slyest fox. Domesticated rabbits require a lot less space than their wild cousins of the world, but they do require enough space to allow for plenty of play and exercise. The enclosure should be at least 4 times the size of the rabbit and should be lined with 1 to 2 inches of bedding. Bedding could be crumpled paper or hardwood shavings, kind of like the wood chips you might find in playgrounds. But you should avoid cedar and pine-based wood chip shavings because they contain a chemical that has been shown to be harmful to their health. Thanks for your help, Ralphie. Let's bounce and learn about another one of our critters' habitat. How about Gary, the guinea pig? Even though he is a guinea pig, he is not from Guinea, and he isn't a pig. So, where do guinea pigs come from? They originated in the Andes Mountains of South America, and the domesticated guinea pig is actually not found naturally in the wild. Their closest living relatives live on grassy plains and fulfill the same ecological niche as cattle. And these extremely social creatures live in small groups that are made up of several females, a male, and any of their offspring. The herd moves together, eating grass and other vegetation, and unlike hamsters, they do not store or hoard food. They spend the days hiding out from predators in burrows of other animals, or in natural crevices, or tunnels formed by vegetation. They do not make their own burrows. And once the heat and danger of the day passes, they spend dusk searching for food and return home as night falls. And after a good night's rest, they head out again at dawn in search of more grass and socializing. For a domesticated guinea pig like Gary, it's vital for them to have a friend. They get crazy sad and depressed if they don't have a fellow guinea pig to keep them company. So, everyone please meet George. George and Gary are best friends. If you listen, you might hear them vocalizing. Guinea pigs are extremely vocal creatures that use their voice to communicate all kinds of emotions, from happiness to warning signs of impending danger. Gary looks out for George, and George looks out for Gary, and they wouldn't have it any other way. Like the other critters, guinea pigs' enclosures will need plenty of room for play and exercise. They'll also need some nice comfy bedding, a nice place to hide, and of course, an assortment of guinea pig friendly treats. Be prepared, they are notoriously messy eaters, which makes their scientific name even more fitting, Cavia porcellus. And porcellus is Latin for little pig. Messy, messy boys. Our next critter's oldest ancestors date back to 220 million years ago. As a species, they are one of the oldest reptiles on the planet Earth. Who could it be? While you ponder that, be sure to visit our website, annenbergpetspace.org, for craft ideas, games, and of course, cat and dog adoptions. Be sure to subscribe and post any questions you have in the comments. And tune in next time when we'll explore the habitats of some of our scaly and feathery critters on a brand new episode of Critter College.